This bird is so mysterious. Anytime 3 or 4 of this bird appears in the village at the same time, shows that something is about happening to the youth. And go and check it that year, the village will be losing 2, 3, 4, 5 youths at the same time. So you see the way God made, even though if there is no prophet to speak to you, there is no soothsayer, there is no chief priest to speak to you, do you know that the bird in your house speaks? This morning I am going to open deep mysteries to you that you will understand. It's bad, but I must continue this message. I must continue this message. Be here with me. If you're here, still help me share this video once more. The network is bad. The network is interrupting what I am doing, but I am not stopping. So there are signs all over. Then there are people that can calculate. The Bible says in 2 Chronicles chapter 12 and from verse 32 of it, the Bible says, and the children of Issachar are men who observes the time and what Israel ought to do. So there are people who also observe time and what will happen, and if they predict it, it will happen. That is not also prophecy. You get what I'm saying? Be patient with me here. We have things to grab this morning. So, pastor, prophecy does not grant you certificate to heaven. That you say a thing and it comes to pass does not make you a child of God. Even the goats in the village speaks. Even the goats, they speaks. So whatever gift you think you have should not be an avenue to extort people. It shouldn't be. The errors in the church those days brought about these things you see today, that people are now agitating that they are no longer going to church again. Do you get what I'm saying? The errors in the church. The errors in the church you see today are being brought upon the church by pastors, by these preachers you see today. God can speak to anybody. God can speak to you. God can speak to the next person. God can speak through your child. God can speak through your sister. God can speak through your mother.
I want to ask those people who said
God can speak through anybody. Ego Boma. You say nothing like church. I pray God helps you to mind what you comment, because I'm on live section. Each time I'm on live section like this, there are things I don't tolerate. You allow me to make my point, pick the ones you know you can pick, then leave the ones you cannot, you don't like, then you go your way. 2 things I'll be teaching this morning. Ignorance will make a lot of people not to learn. Ignorance will make a lot of people not to learn. See, pick this mystery now from what I'm about explaining now. Those of you online here now, you have this thing to gain from Governor Izoku now. Do you know dog, right? The dog that barks. Listen, screen record here, screen record this side, what I'm about teaching now. Ego Boomer, or what do they call you? I am teaching this thing now because of you. So some of you need to learn and understand these facts about life. Do you know the dog that a cookie dog is in the village? That a cookie dog is in the village, right? You know that dog's saliva, the saliva of the dog. Saliva of the dog that comes out from the dog's mouth. Do you know that that saliva alone, just with 2 other things, you use it to treat Attire? Are you aware? The same dog that barks, the same dog that bites people, you count to be poisonous. Do you remember? Do you know that the saliva of that dog, you hate dog, right? If the dog puts mouth into whatever you want to eat, you will not like to eat it again. But the saliva of the dog, you use it to cure to treat Attire. Blessing Kinsley OEG. Get out of this page. Goodbye from this page. You say church, na scam, Oga. Goodbye from this page. And I wait for very many of you. Any day I'm on live section, even if these things I'm doing it with only 4 or 5 persons, I would appreciate it. I'm about teaching something, but you see the foolishness of this one. This is why you will be teaching in they will be teaching in the classroom, and you notice that the child goes to conquer another child at the front of the seat because he or she fails to learn. So get out from this page. Goodbye. The saliva of that dog you see, but you hate it. There's something we call a kuoka in the bush. My grandfather, the man who gave birth to my mom, was a native doctor before he died. You don't know. And I and my brother happens to be the first grandchild the man had. The first grandchild the man had was we. I and my brother. So at this verge, we were able to assess certain things. We had opportunity. That is why you see me. I can be bold to tell you this thing is fake, this thing is real. Because the man who died at 100 and told me the gospel truth and exposed so many things to me. If you have this word alone, I just explain that because I cannot tell it all. Some native doctors are here, they follow me, they view me, they want to learn whatever I will teach. They goes back again to try so many of those things. If you don't know, let me keep pastors aside now. I'll still go back there, but let me just open your eyes a bit. Let me just open your eyes a bit so that you will understand. The saliva of the dog, and one thing we call a kuoka, and one other items that I will not mention. My friend, stop commenting this your MTN vendor. You've commented that once and I kept quiet. If they send you money now, you know go send the data. So the saliva of that dog, Aikuoka, and one other thing is another different pattern they used to treat that Attire you see. Iure, that's what some of you call it. But I watch today people use different patterns to treat it, and I appreciate it. The point I want to make here to you now on that dog is that you hate the dog does not mean as if there is no good thing that can come out from the mouth of that same dog. Do you understand me now? Remember, if the dog has wound, this is mystery to you now. If dog has wound, the dog does not go to hospital. I was the first person who taught many of you that dogs in the village, they eat grass. Some dogs, hence they have stomach ache, or maybe the dog eats nylon and feel like vomiting it. Maybe the nylon is disturbing the dog. Go and check that your dog runs outside and go and eats grass. That is when you notice that your dog is biting one grass like that. I can still show you that grass. That grass, that particular grass the dog eats, cures over 10 or 12 different illness. If you have stomach ache now and food that grass, just little of it, food it, maybe boil it in the kettle and drink. That is the end of it. You don't know, but you see dog eats grass. Sometimes you see the dog goes to the field and eat grass, and you don't understand. It took the wise a mystery to go and check. Why is it that this dog is eating this thing? Haven't you heard the story about the hunter who sees where animals goes about and they will eat one particular grass and all of them will fall asleep? The man will meet them the next day morning. This was how the man discovered India hemp. How are you thinking? How are you doing? Governor Zoku is here. Now, when dog has wound, the dog will use tongue to always lick that wound, so that the saliva from his mouth will touch that wound. The wound will go. Are you not aware of this? Why do you lack knowledge? Why do you lack knowledge? It is not every dog who does this. But particularly that Igbo Ekuke dog that your native doctor is using to do sacrifice has this kind of mystery. You don't understand. Go for knowledge. Those who demonstrate knowledge are even being marginalized by those people they are teaching those mysteries. Governor Ezoku is here, son of the great Shunammite that lives amongst the angels. So to every piece of knowledge you come across, pick something from it. You saw the mystery I taught you about, the bird that screams ogolo ogolo in the village. Hence this bird finishes its prophecy. Give it 1 month, the most elderly man in that village will be no more. Bird. Haven't you heard the story of a particular country where animals, just one morning, animals were running out from the bush? They were running out of that location. Both birds, everything was leaving that location. Google it. People were surprised. Why are the animals, the birds, leaving this village? And when they left, 3 days later, earthquake happened there. The prophecy of the animals. Those things you call to be nothing. Sometimes some of us will speak to you, you don't understand. You don't even care. No knowledge, nothing whatsoever. Hey, listen to me. There was a certain time, this is funny. There was a certain time I met an elderly man. Not the man wasn't he wasn't that old, because the wife was still giving birth to children. I saw this man. I came to buy something. You know, all those times we'll come back to the village. I am fine, Lilian Unko. So I came back to the village and I was asked to go buy something from a particular family. So I got there. I knocked from the house inside the compound. Nobody responded. So I now came to the house at the front. I saw one man. The wife was pressing out breast milk into a spoon, and the man drank it. So as a child, I ran back and I went and told my mom. I couldn't endure it. I said, breast milk. This man, I pick a spoon or ngoya. So when I grew up, I now went to my grandfather. One day, my grandfather was teaching about the benefit of the breast milk. Although the man is somebody who is local and just a village born and based man, I went to him. And I was listening while he was teaching about breast milk. Because there are certain things, sicknesses, illness, the man would want to teach. He may tell you, come back next month, come and take the medicine. And I will be imagining, I will be saying, why sending these people away? The man is trying to wait for the opportunity to get a breast milk, because you know, a native doctor, he cannot ask everybody for breast milk. It will not work. So either timely, or maybe you are sick and he wants to treat you, he knows that this thing requires a breast milk. The man will tell you to go, if your wife is still breastfeeding, is a nursing mother, go and get a little breast milk. But the different thing he will do there is he will prepare the herbs before you in your presence. So that led me, I now asked him, I saw this man testing breast milk. My grandfather told me that it is not bad. Either to as an adult. Require. Then have you seen these people? I don't know what they call that thing. That thing is not gonorrhea. Sometimes their blockers go big. They're very, very big. That's another sickness. That's another very big sickness. So I observed that while my grandfather is trying to treat this kind of illness, after he will use one particular root, I don't know the name, but I know it like this. If this man goes to the bush and bring it, he will cut these herbs in pieces, dry it a little. After some days, he will fry it on the fire. The thing will change color to dark. So he will bring it and pound it. After pounding it, the man will filter it. Bring this young man's blockers, rub this thing on it. The content of that thing on a thinner he rubs on that blockers has to do with one particular herbs. And you know this alligator pepper, the taproot of alligator pepper. The man will fry these things and pound it together. Now pick that blockers like this, rub this thing on it, rub it on it, While he will use razor and give it, okay, this one say is EB, it could be. He will use razor, mark it. You know, because of development, and they now use razor. But he told me in days of old, they use agoba. He will mark it. Or that is one thing they call palm wine. Okay, so EB. Man, I don't think EB ana 1 hour, but the man are there 1 hour. So he will use razor to mark on that blockhouse. After marking it, or that ekere comes out from Ngwo, palm wine, the palm wine strand. Those things, those ropes you see around the palm wine tree, those things are sharp. You understand? The man will use that thing and mark on those blockhouse, then rub those herbs he must have grounded and filtered, rub it on that person's blockhouse. The moment he washes it off, the next thing this man uses to touch that thing now is breast milk. I saw this thing with my eyes. Just 3 or 4 days, that blockhouse, don't know what they call that sickness, the thing will go down. But when you see these people, the white man called them illiterate, but they are smart. In this age today, do you know that today I cry losing my grandfather, I cry losing my grandmother, because these people were teachers of wisdom. Funny enough, some of my cousins, my mom, brothers or uncles did not learn, except one who learned these things. And most times I goes back to him, even as of today, gift him something and tell him, okay, teach me. The ones I did not understand those days, I will go back and ask him. The man will explain better. But it would have been better if I had the direct knowledge of this my grandfather who taught all these things. Breast milk. Are you aware that if you have slapped or maybe something entered your eyes and the eyes is red, do you know that if you put eye drop, if eye drop will take you 14 days before that thing will go, breast milk will take it will only take 3 days, the thing will wipe off. I said 1, 2, 3, only 3 days. Those people that has dots, maybe you went to separate a fight or something and they not slapped you, or you had accident or something, and the blood reaction covered one side of your eyes. Try breast milk. Governor Zoku is telling you, go and dip your hands, tell somebody to put breast milk into your eyes, because if you tell them to put it in the spoon so that you can go home with it, no woman will accept us today due to fear. But they can open your eyes, drop it, even if your eye is inching you. Try it. Are you aware that there is a leaf, that leaf you call wonderful leaf, that leaf you call wonderful leaf? Do you know, this boy that there are some boys that refuses to go? Do you know that I watch my grandfather will use breast milk, just touch that leaf on the fire like this, the cover of that leaf, touch it on the fire, use breast milk and rub at the surface of that wonderful leaf and placed it on top that wound, on top that boil. The next day the boil will not disturb that child again. I saw this kind of mysteries. Now while you are teaching, fools will not be patient. They will never be patient to listen to you. All they know is church is scam. People don't understand. Sometimes I will be sleeping because I seek for the knowledge, because I try my best to go back and seek for this old ancient knowledge, ancient development. That was where I discovered that my great grandfathers, they were not serving idol. But because you fail to make research, and let me tell you, he that is eager to learn, more will come unto him. A lecturer who beckons on the old English will soon be outdated. If you don't know, the reason why churches are having issues today is because they fail to realize that the same old stories you've been telling people before, you need to make a change. Either you go back to the truth or you leave it. Because every native doctor, every pastor is a primary native doctor. That's why one of my friends there, as a pastor in Port Harcourt, he uses herbs also to cure sickness, and people were criticizing him. I said no. The Bible says that for the gift of the Lord are without repentance. Every pastor, every prophet you see is a primary native doctor. It happened in Numbers chapter 22 against Balak and Balaam. When he failed, he became a native doctor. He started using the same grace God gave to him, going around to curse people. These are mysteries. These are mysteries. Now, let me go back to that dog of a thing. The same dog that will open mouth and bite somebody, and the person will have tetanus. The same dog. The same dog. Do you know that the dog only bites with a particular teeth inside? That is the only teeth that is poisonous. Okay? I make a stop. I'm on live video. So, the same dog. Chiga's time. I make a be with that 80. See, you're going to talk. Go now, buy, just get me something to eat. Go. So, do you know that dog? Those dogs you see, the teeth that is poisonous is inside. You remember that the same dog will use the same teeth to play with your child, and nothing will happen to that child. But hence the dog gets angry, there is another thing that comes out from the inside. That is when you start seeing what we call ezuga, another teeth inside. Those are the wicked ones. But while the dog is playing with you, you will only see some little teeth at the front like this. But the moment the dog is angry, there are other teeth that appears inside. What about the snakes? People are afraid of it. But in the days of old, there are, I don't know if you know what they call ota, arrow, spear. When our elders prepare spear, you know what they do? They go to the bush, get a python, open the python's mouth, all those dangerous snakes, bring out the poison, the teeth, you'll be seeing the tongue will be there. But on a jab is thinking on somebody, they will open the mouth, press the head. There is a way they use something like broom to remove that thing. Hence they remove it, that snake will not be poisonous again. They can be carrying it about. You know what they will do with that poison they must have removed there? That thing may be very small. On alo. They will bring it out, add a different thing also, either morogo libo or something. They will add it up. Biaziena, at the mouth of that arrow, that spear now, they will go and darken it, poison it. The same thing the agwu that carries cow does the same thing. So if Aboki caught you that a knife now, poison them. That poison is either scorpion poison or that of the snake. They can't go to the market and buy a poison to put inside dagger. So the reason why I'm telling you this thing is, to every nonsense you see, go and check it. There may be sense in it. That's why most times I listen to native doctors, I listen to pastors online. In fact, there's one native doctor one day, he taught one thing and I called him on phone and said, can you teach me this thing? He charged me money and I paid. I paid for him to teach me. And he was surprised. You know why? Because I bargained for mystery. I went for mystery. So he complied with me. I don't know what you are doing with your own time. I don't know. The mysteries of life. Birds speaks to you. Your child can speak to you. Things does not just happen. There are signs all over the place. Things will begin to speak to you, to whisper to you. That was why in that Numbers chapter 22, their pastor, a horse spoke. Their church member, horse spoke a word. That's why one day a younger cousin called me on the phone and said that she had a dream. I said, okay. She said I was in Abuja and so thing happened to me in Abuja, and she was crying. And what I checked was, I checked myself if I had such similar feelings. I discovered that I was not really moved or motivated to be in Abuja that period. My body was just giving me signs and all that. I left it. I didn't go there because I believed something must have spoken through this girl, and the confirmation is around me. Signs. Do you know that for bees to live there, for bees to live where they stay and come to your house, it is a message or a sign or something, either good or bad. Either there is a problem coming. So those things are only mere messengers. You do see it in days of old. What the problem is. Good morning, Ikenga. You see the way it is. From me from here, I know that there's going to be issues around our country. I know. A heavy one indeed, like never before. That is not prophecy. That is not vision. It is as a result of the things I see unfolding. Then I will compare it to things that has happened in the past. Calculate the years when these things has happened before. Look at the year we are into now. Can these things, in the year 2004, what happened? In the year 1994, what happened? There were Zango Kataf riots in Kaduna. In the year 2009, there were Sharia law. In 2019, there were COVID-19. I don't know if you are picking little things from what I am just saying now. I don't know if you pick something from what I was saying. In that 1999, listen, you will say it's only in the north. It was not so. In the north, then, there were Sharia law. Then in the east, there were things like Bakassi. Some of them were even killing innocent people. Are you getting what I'm saying now? The mysteries of time and frame. In 2014. Powers ganged up, and there were change of powers and hands. Stroke 2015. And as I speak to you, it is 2024. We look at it from now till next year. It came to pass. Pick to everything you see. Pick your point and walk away. Go and analyze them to yourself. It came to pass that Herod commanded the wise men of Israel and said, bring the book of record, let us check. Where will the Messiah be born? And I guess it is in this year, according to the prophecy. They checked. He says, this was why the wise men came. This was why the wise men came. You know why? Because there are time frames to everything. In days of old, in the eastern region, in Nigeria nationwide, they were starvation, hunger, it comes. During that period of starvation and hunger, many of you whom are 40-something, 50-something, even 37, 38 should remember this thing I'm about telling you now. There was a time, no rice. Rice was no longer in the market. Nobody could afford to buy even a bag of rice. Even when one bag of rice then was about 800 and about, or 1,000 something. I think 2,000 or thereabouts. If you go to the bush, to the farm, if you touch cassava, the cassava will just dry. The cassavas are dried up on their own with something like powder on the head of the leaves. If you open the ground, you won't even find better cassava there. So people resolved. That was when people were eating corn meal across the nation. Do you remember? Man, they say corn meal. Children of these days, I have man. Then can't have a computer. Now comment anyhow. Will not remember these ones. These things happened. So I need you to ask yourself, in what year did this thing happen? Then how does the replication of that year affecting this year? Mysteries. Njoko Chinoso, good morning. These are mysteries. Like, you didn't see me post yesterday. I think I was not here. And I stopped the bus booze. I stopped it. Those their saga, pastor, this, that. No. I stopped it because of my fans. Many of them came to my inbox. Governor Zoku, you should have ignored these people. You should have done this. You should have done that. So, I saw the need to listen to them. And totally yesterday I ceased. But except one thing. There's one thing I'm still going to expose either Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to do that. This is a voice note. I got it from somewhere. And I'm going to be playing it so that people will be very, very careful. How a blogger. Thank you, Peter. Thank you. How a blogger sent a voice note to a fellow blogger that he's going to allege at a certain period that Evangelist Ebuka Obi raped Rumado, rape on card. So many evidence that will shock you. If you have conscience, that one will. And the young man is busy doing it, but he never knew that I have the voice note. All of them now, his own voice and his own mouth. These are things promise he made months ago. Now Ebuka Obi will cash out 50 million. The voice notes are with me. Before I talk, some people may not understand, and I look at him. A little young man from Ebonyi State who is supposed to even stay calm. This voice note alone can jail you. But I'm still watching. Let him continue. Maybe I may not be the one to even tackle him because there is no need for that. There is no need for that. The word does not want the truth. So nature speaks. Nature speaks. If you check, the Bible says, and I quote again, in 2 Chronicles chapter 32 from verse 12 or 32:12, that for the children of Issachar are men who observe the time and what Israel ought to do. You must observe the time. You must take your time. Things around you speaks. Things around you speaks. Hey, those days I had a friend whom we call Chidoke by name. This Chidoke, his mother is from Akwa Ibom. Then he's from Imo State. So he was born and raised around Umebele in Obibo, opposite Robot Hospital. So this guy woke up one morning and went to the kitchen to pick a plate. Then he rides Okada. He went to the kitchen. The younger sister was there, seated like this. He went to the kitchen to pick a plate. He picked the first glass plate. The plate fell down and broke. The guy picked another one. Going back again to go remove something from the fire and dish food. The plate fell down again. He angrily left the food and went out. That was how tipper from Omo Junction coming out from Incarnate Waterside, coming out to Omo Junction, knocked down that guy. He died. Do you know what happened there? The plates in his kitchen were giving him sign, and he did not understand. Nothing has ever happened to you suddenly. Nothing. Except somebody who does not want to know the truth will not go for the truth. Like as I am, I repeat. I know that the economy of our country is going to cause starvation that will lead to a massive protest, uncontrollable. This is coming. Signs around you. Those are the signs pastors are taking advantage of. Those are the signs native doctors are taking advantage of. Those are the signs they are taking advantage of over your life. There are people you see, when you look at them, you know that these ones will make it, these ones will succeed. If you go and queue up into them, their lives, then there is a headway to prosperity around you. Then when a pastor sees you, like it is called, some of you call it discerning spirits. That thing is not only discerning spirit, it is intelligence. When you see people like women are so intelligent in this area those days. I don't know about now. So many of them still have that capacity. When a woman sees you and sees that you have vision and you have where you are going in life, she will struggle and either fix herself into your life, because she knows the future. Very many of them are intelligent like that. Even if you don't have money at that spot, or you are not as rich as she wants at that spot, there are ladies, if they see you now, they know too well that this one gets future. So that is where they start calling you. That is where, when they see you, if they try to pay attention, you didn't show concern, they start attacking you. Because who be adroit through some man. Chuku Kadibia. This one just commented evil bingo. I don't understand. I don't understand. Evil bingo, is it politicians, or you're talking to me that I may take you out of this page immediately? Immediately. Knowledge is not for everybody. And in the classroom of intelligence, everybody is not accepted. Ndobisi Stanley said I should go and find work. Okay, my brother. I'm looking for a job. The job I'm looking for now is that I want to be the governor of Imo State. I want to be a senator. When you say go and look for a job, you needed to tell that to your state governor. You needed to tell that to your federal house member. Because they have no job. They are the really jobless people we have in our country. Because they are not doing anything. They aren't doing anything. Their occupation is politics. There are people in your state, all the days of their lives, all they've ever done in this life is that they are politicians. So I'm an engineer. I do plant installation. That's my job. No gas plant is 10 million naira. No gas plant is 15 million naira as of today. No gas plant is 20 million as of today. So that's my job, and I just did one in Owerri. I just did one, brother. And there are other businesses I do, okay? So when you say go find work, I have job, I have work I'm doing. I have work I'm doing. You will soon stand up to tell us congratulations one morning. Before you comment, you should have listened, at least listened to my video. Then check if what I'm teaching is making sense or not before you comment. So don't, it bothers me. It does not bother me your comment too, but I like blocking people most times because it is not for everyone. I just want a cycle of few intelligent persons around me. That's all I want. Anyhow, we know we can better our world. We must do it. You don't need to abuse me for me to, or to get my attention. You don't need to do that. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit you. It doesn't suit you. Think about it. If you say you are more intelligent than me, you don't need to insult me. You needed to, maybe, if there are things I am doing that you don't like, the wise will call me on the phone. The wise will chat me up. That is the best thing you can ever do. So why abusing me? Why insulting me? You've not seen me before. If you even see me, are you sure you will even say these things you're saying? Are you sure you will even type it? You don't even live with me. All the days of my life, the longest time I will have on the internet on a day should be like 1 hour. The longest time is 1 hour. So the other 23 hours of my life that makes one day, it is personally kept to me. and I have a life I'm living more comfortable than you expected. So don't dig a pit where there is nothing to bury. I just want to caution you before I will block you. You don't need to be here. You don't need to be here. Intelligence is something I even go for. Like as I said, I listen to your native doctor. I listen to your pastor. In fact, I will not be able to go to church today. But after this whole thing now, I'm going to listen to 1 or 2 pastors. I'll be listening to 2 or 3 pastors with my data. You see the way it is. So, and as they are teaching, I will be opening my Bible to check. Most times, I listen to one native doctor. I don't want to call his name so that it doesn't look as if I am promoting him. From Anambra State, I watch some of his videos. The only thing I am against is where he brings people to come and join their so bale mame water or something like that. Those things are nonsense. But you must not, even if you are devilish, I don't need to lure people into it. You see, so I pay money, I go around, learn, find where I can get knowledge from people. And I always wishes God to help me get the knowledge needed to help my life. Some of these videos I make them as a history. I make them as a contribution to my generation with time. Any day we are no more. Any day we are no more, a lot of people will come back here, and this kind of videos, you start seeing them going viral. People will go and pick places they wish, places they think that made sense. They will be posting it. So this is the side cover of our life. Whatever you see people doing online, take your time, learn the ones you know you can learn from them. You understand? So this is the way it is. That's the way I feel. Okay? So, like, the moment, why did I cease from this their church saga now? You know why I took a shift out of it? It is not as if my family members spoke to me. Those around my family spoke to me. I didn't listen. But I heard from external fans, like 3 or 4 different fans who called my attention. When they called my attention to this and said, nah, forget this, I heard them immediately. So, if it were for those at the comment section who will come and attack me, insult me because of your reverend father, like I made a promise, you won't see me talk about that again. No. But I'm going to wear a cassock, my own sultan. I will buy 1 original cassock as a priest, so that any day I want to give basbos on the church, I will wear it. Any day I want to give basbos on the DBS, I will wear it. And go and check all those native doctors you've seen me rush on the internet. Forget about Governor Ezioku. Go and investigate these people. Go and check if that thing I said, if they are truth or lies. Before you come up on social media, you want to defend him so that he can clap for you. He can never change your life. Because before I do charm for you to become the governor of your state or a local government chairman through charm, I need to be the president with charm. If that your charm has power. These are simple. These are very, very simple. Back to one major point I wish to make to pastors. Now, I didn't block those guys, so I allowed them. I believe after speaking to them, they will think deep. That's why I took few of my time to speak to them here. Okay? Now, pastor, let me tell you one thing. The reason why the people are so much angry about you is many of you did not start this helping hands early. You did not start it early. And you are the one who compromised it by somebody told you that he does Yahoo. And he came and sowed the seed of 2-3 million naira. You collected the money, leaving him with the conscience that criminality is accepted before God Almighty. You understand what I'm saying? You accept money from somebody who does Yahoo, a politician whom is very busy destroying, dithering the destiny of the people, is in your church, and you're laying hands on him. You are telling people that this one is God sent. Pastor, prophet. Those people they offended, those people who lost their mother, their parents at the hospital due to negligence of the government, they are the back seat watching you laying hands on this politician and calling him God sent. How on earth do you think that person at the back will later believe that God has called you? Your fake prophecies. Do you know this short period the two preachers were having issues? Do you know how many persons that backslided? Do you know how far the enemy took advantage of that thing? But these things could have been better resolved on a phone call that will not cost you more than 200 naira recharge card. But because you want to tamper with the people's emotion in order to gain more fame and popularity, you use the microphone to accuse somebody. But the same Bible you read said, the apostle said, lest the enemy will take advantage of this thing, let us call Peter aside and caution him. Pastor, the moment many of you grasp microphone, that is when you now know that you have power to fight. The best weapon you have is when you climb the pulpit. Pastor, today is Sunday. Nigerians are suffering. A bag of rice is over 70,000, and the mango, one rice they call mango, is about 68,000 naira a bag as at today. A carton of Indomie that you used to buy about 7.5. Some cartons of Indomie are now 19,000, 17,000 naira. Some are 12,000. Some are 13,000. Indomie. Pastor, are you preaching against that? Are you telling the government, are you calling them to order? Importation rate just increased. And in the nearest 3 months again, we are expecting more increase to that again, because the one they just increased day before yesterday, nobody's reacting. And when there is hunger too much, the next thing you could do as a preacher is to buy rice and Indomie and come and share on camera, so that those who lives in better countries can now send you some money, and you will now hide that one. Trade by barter. If you see what lies has done to the church and what lies will do to the church, the more, pastor, you will take a shift into what is right. It came to pass according to my Bible, in the Bible book of Acts of the Apostles chapter 5 from verse 4, when Ananias and Sapphira, the wife, lied, the Bible says they did not survive it. Lies of the preachers have destroyed many things today. Pastor, that day a young boy who has no occupation brought a vehicle to your church and you were celebrating. Instead of you know too well that this guy did not do anything genuine to earn this kind of living. You supported him, and you were even the one who posted on Facebook telling people that your sons are buying cars. This was where your native doctor learned those things they are doing, those abnormalities today that they are appearing on camera to come and support evil. You taught them that thing. Hey, the reason why you must be careful of religion and this their traditionalist is very simple. There are 3 altars where your politicians must visit. Each of them must visit one. Your politician is either a Christian, that one is a Christian, or a Muslim religion, right? Either that one believes in tradition, religion, right? These 3 altars kept you the way you are today, kept your country the way it is. Keep buying data, keep typing different things while your nation is going down economically, and you're not seeing anything with it. You're a blogger, you say your money comes from abroad. This page could be monetized, very qualified. But I am here using it. Those videos I should make on my page, on my main page, Mr. Governor Isiagu, and use it to make money. I am using it here to teach my word. They don't pay in in-stream ads. They don't pay. But okay, let me tell you, by the time your land is destroyed and all of you are running abroad, that place will no longer be accommodative for all of you. The economy of that place will still be high. House rent. Do you know why houses are more expensive in Canada right now than the United States? Do you know why? To get an apartment in Canada right now today is more expensive than getting an apartment in US. And I think it is also so in London. The price of accommodation right now. Do you know why? Do you know how many million Nigerians, Africans that trooped into Canada? And many more will move very soon. So for Canada to curtail that thing, either Canada will come and restrict the kind of visas they should be issuing to Nigerians and to Africans. And many of you are still running to Canada. You need enough money from here, because if you get there and swap the 10 million naira you have to dollar, it will be about 6 point something million. You see the way things are going. The religious leaders, when you meet them in the mosque, they will not even care about the feelings of the common man. You meet them in the church, they don't even care. Saturday they are saying, Lord, you are so good, blessed be your name. In heaven you are the Lord, on earth you reign forever, oh Lord. But somebody at the back seat is not testing the glory of the Lord. Why not shift your microphone? Call those leaders, those political leaders that comes to your church, and give them mandate, since you say you are their spiritual father. I hear many of them says that one of my son is a governor, one of my son is a senator, but no impact. After worshiping in your church on Sunday, on Tuesday or Thursday as the house sits, you still see them come there and talk of points. Why? Because you know one thing, let me tell you one thing. The only place I see that Nigerians has power to talk is only on the comment section. When it comes to reality, they don't have say. Your politician comes to the church, comes to your church every Sunday, and instead of you or your pastor to say the gospel truth, your pastor believes that if he calls out this governor, the governor will stop coming to his church. That is the belief of your pastor, because there are many churches to attend. And if he goes to another church and say that I was in so church and the pastor disgraced me, that pastor there will start castigating you that this is the way you do. The major problem we have in Christendom and in our nation here is eye service. Eye service. Nobody wants to say the truth, because if you summon courage and go and tell Governor Hope Uzodinma, when every blessed day, do you know how many $1,000 the governors they spend? Go and ask. Maybe you've not encountered a governor. Very many of those abracadabra governor, they don't pay in naira. As you go, they tell you to join, they pay you dollars. I know of many politicians from my own place who confessed they went to the governor gave them dollars. Even a particular celebrity whom you see around the video, you know, in Imo State, I don't want to call his name, because who runs a club and beer parlor. I mean a club and I don't know, it's a bar. You know what? Very big and large, who always puff his tummy. Do you know how many $1,000 they gave to this young guy? But he's your celebrity over the last Imo State election, and he was wearing even APC, don't get in around. But many of you wants to snap picture with him. Was he able to tell the governor to use that $150,000, use it to help the common man? But you're driving Rolls Royce. Outside that one, do you know many more things he did? They manipulated so many things, and after some days later, he bought a Rolls Royce. And all of you were celebrating the Rolls Royce online, and I was laughing. Because those that we are supposed to tell you the truth, they are not telling you the truth. You that is supporting evil, you are meeting hardship already. If you say you be big boy too much. You know why people who take care of their family does not insult me on Facebook? Because they are considering on how to use 70,000 naira to go and buy one bag of rice. Minimum wage is how much? 38,000 naira. And the civil servant has 4 children. He has 4 children, and out of those 4 children, you are paying him 38,000 naira. By the end of the month, 4 persons face 1 bag of rice. Don't add the wife and the children. All of them face 1 bag of rice in a month. 1 bag of rice goes down. So definitely, any civil servant who does not steal from any civil service, he or she, or in any office they find themselves, if they don't steal, they won't be able to take care of 4 children. They can't even be able to register WAEC. Hey, your mother was a teacher. Your father works at the local government sector. And your family is poor. Those people who created the poverty, they are the ones you are still worshiping till today. I always say these things that are from the distance from the pastor's house and to the house of a politician is not as far as from your bedroom to your parlor. Are you listening to me? The distance from your pastor's house to the house of a politician the distance from your bedroom to your parlor is more far. Because sometimes your politician goes to these big pastors' houses and sleep. How do I know? How do I know? I'm very sorry, Apostle. I'm very, very sorry. I'm only giving instances with this. There was a time in the Ekiti State when Fayoshe went to somewhere they wanted to go and arrest a pastor at night and rescued him. Check the distance where the governor might be at that midnight. While the people were struggling to break into the hotel to arrest a pastor, Fayoshe arrived there immediately and rescued this pastor. From your house to the capital city of your state, you know how many hours it will take you before you get there, right? Hello? Good morning. Adam Mama. Daily care. So you get what I'm saying? So the governor arrived there immediately There was a place. Look, be picking a point from what I'm saying. There was a time, a judge in River State, the EFCC or Interpol invaded her house at night, or a hotel at night. If you see the distance from where Governor Wike's house is in Rumopricum to the distance where this judge is, but in less than 20 minutes, it was not even up to 20 minutes, the governor arrived there. You saw the video online and he was challenging the securities. Who sent you? He walked them out of that place and rescued the judge. You know why he was able to do that? They are saving their groups. The group of politicians and clergymen. The most suffered person who will never learn, who will never accept the truth is you. Hey, funny enough, most of your celebrities don't even care whether you will see tomorrow. If the celebrities cares, they will be on the people's side. Only since in history, the only time your celebrities teamed up to defend the common man, and which didn't last, they stopped, was at Lekki Tollgate. After they no way again. These governors who comes to rescue clergymen, who comes out at night to rescue governors, I mean Supreme Court judges, over abnormalities. Have you seen where there is fire outbreak? It takes the governors 3 days to come there. But when it is time for them to rescue a clergyman or their fellow a cook, a criminal judge or something or the other, they will arrive there in 15 minutes. See, from Imo government house to the airport takes you about 30 minutes. Drive, even if you're on convoy. But it will take the ordinary man about 45 minutes or thereabouts. If the airports, when the airport had issues, it took Governor Rocha Sokrocha 3 days to go there. After Ihedioha must have visited there, because he himself was already campaigning to become the governor of the state. You see the way it is. Those people you are supporting, those people, if I did not tell you how a celebrity collected $100 and something thousand to support the ruling party in Imo State, you wouldn't have known. And outside that one, there are other monies he collected. After some time, you saw him with Kulana, Rolls Royce. Did you say anything? Did you talk? All of you were busy posting it. Even other celebrities in Imo State, those short ones, they were busy celebrating it, making videos with this thing to go and make more money on their own. But the common man on the street does not understand where these things are coming from. If I want to join them in those kind of things, they will accept me. You know why? Because they know that even from the distance where I am, I knows what is going on their table. And your state is suffering. No road anywhere. These are people who tells you that they mean well for Nigerians. They meet Tinubu's son, what do they call it? They meet with him. Have they been able to tell them the gospel truths? Have they been able to tell him, saying, things are very, very hard in the country. How do we fix it? Can we talk to your father? They will not be able to do that. The pastors have access. The reverend fathers have access. Criminals in this part of the world, they don't quarrel, they don't fight amongst themselves. That is why, take for example, you see that the native doctors, they have group. We all of them, we are ready. They come out and dance and spread money up and down. No network. So I'll leave you now. This is where I will stop my Sunday teaching. It is not for everybody. It is not for everybody. Just for few persons who will accept the truth. All right. Thank you. I'll see you some other time. I just had a call from the village. So let me Talk to them. Your pastor is one of the problems you are facing. So as you are praying today, face him. If he says, oh yeah, pray against the devil, or pray against the devil, fire the devil, look at your pastor and be shouting, fire you, fire you, fire you. Look at your reverend father and tell him, fire you, fire you, fire you. Because in every state in this country, we have archbishops. How many times have you seen the archbishop come out in boldness to condemn so many things these guys are doing? Have you seen it before? Have you seen? How many times have you seen it? They will be on the cube of silentness because they know what they are benefiting. So if those your big pastors, those your Chineke bawa many people Ishi no wa. Chineke bawa many people Ishi no wa. It is so shameful that things are very, very hard. The offering boss, they cover the body. It is like a secret. They cover the body of an offering boss. As you are putting money, nobody is seeing what you are putting inside. But the day your pastor wants to give back 100 bags of rice back to the people that must have been contributing this money all this while, they will not telecast the rice. As if you give them one bag today, you'll be able to give them one bag next month. That one bag of rice you are giving, they are Mr. Clergyman, they are politician. Now, una too, they do these things. That one bag of rice you are giving to those people, do you know that in 30 days it will not even carry them? Because as they are going home, people are also begging them on the way. There are beggars to the beggars, if you don't know. These two people, you want to advertise, you want to share, and this rice you guys share, you share it annually. Why not take a shift from that wrong lane where you go and thief and come and give us small? Why not go there and better things so that everybody will be equal? You will also enjoy yourself as a hero who made these things possible. My name is Governor Ezioku, son of the great Shanamai that lives amongst the angels. These words I have taught this morning is not for everybody, but I just pray that God will give you understanding. Forget about the face you see saying these things or saying it. May God give you the heart of flesh to understand, to believe, and to work on what is right. Ability to even share some of these videos reaches out to the next person around you. If possible, tag them. Tag them. Let me tell you one thing. Whether you like it or not, all of us are now bloggers. Your pastor is a blogger. Your politician is a blogger. The only person that is not blogging is you that is watching us. Either you are being manipulated on this space, or you are being cheated on this space, or your emotion is not even producing anything. Your archbishop has a monetized page, you don't know. Your pastor has a monetized page. Some of them, if they're on live video, 5,000 persons are watching them. You think it's akamu? The money they get from that one live video changes your life. Commenter. Your politician has a verified and monetized page where he posts pictures and he posts videos and make money. And during the campaign, they make more money. You see now that we don't have any election on the corner, they are now silent. Go and check their pages. They are now motivational speakers. After your pastor preach on Sunday to you, on Monday your politician will console your sufferness. They will console it with one motivational speech. You will stay calm. The next person you come and attack is Governor Ezioku. You now sees me as an enemy, while every day your federal house member whom you went and sold your vote to is still passing at your gate. A cookie. How frustration rules the people. Do you know why most times I tell a lot of people that they won't see 100 years and they will get angry at me? Why you go toss and not go stay live up to 100 years? Why will you stay 100 years when on Monday you just go hustle small and you came back? On Tuesday you hustle small and you came back. On Thursday you hustle small and you came back. Friday, every of this evening you were hustling. You did beer parlor. You dey drink green bottle, one beer like that, use and they reach another politician where they somewhere where get shares for that beer company while he's drinking champagne. Have you checked? He will go beer mesa na wundu ke fuko si ade. He will go achisi siga mesa na wundu ke fuko si ade. If for how painful it is, this is the one shame affect your kidney. Do Do you know that by Thursday, a put another girlfriend or not with you?